10 things successful people absolutely never do. What? If the key to unlocking your greatest potential lies not in what you chase, but in what you choose to abandon. Picture a life where fear, excuses, and distractions no longer hold you back, where every decision fuels your purpose with unshakable clarity. Success isn't a stroke of luck or a gift for the elite. It's a discipline forged by sidestepping the traps that keep most people stuck, drawing from decades of observing high achievers like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and Oprah Winfrey. One truth shines through. Their triumphs are built not just on what they do, but on what they refuse to do. Curious about these hidden pitfalls? Let's uncover the 10 things successful people never do, and learn how eliminating these behaviors can catapult you toward a life of purpose, impact, and extraordinary results. Success is a deliberate act of choice. While many focused on the habits that drive achievement, goal setting, hard work, persistence, equally critical are the behaviors and mindsets that successful people reject. These are the distractions, negative patterns, and self-imposed limits that drain energy and derail progress. By avoiding these traps, high achievers create space for focus, resilience, and meaningful growth. This isn't about being born with talent or stumbling into fortune. It's about clarity, discipline, and the courage to say no to what doesn't align with your vision. As we explore these 10 pitfalls, reflect on your own life. Are you caught in any of these traps? Are you ready to break free? Let's start with one of the most universal obstacles, fear. 1. They never let fear control their actions. Fear is a universal human experience, as natural as breathing. It creeps in with whispers of doubt. What if you fail? What if you're ridiculed? What if it's not worth it? For most, these thoughts are paralyzing, halting progress before it begins. But successful people never let fear take the wheel. They feel it, acknowledge it, but refuse to let it dictate their decisions. To them, fear isn't a barrier, a signal they're pushing beyond their comfort zone, where true growth lies. Take Elon Musk, who faced immense fear when launching SpaceX. The risk of financial ruin and public failure loomed large. Yet he pressed forward, driven by a vision of space exploration. Musk didn't eliminate fear. He acted despite it, breaking it down into manageable steps, building a prototype, securing funding, testing rockets. This courage, acting in the face of fears, what sets high achievers apart. They know that fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite fear. Each step taken weakens fear's grip, building a muscle of resilience. For example, imagine you want to pitch a business idea, but fear, rejection. Successful people would advise starting small. Draft the pitch, share it with a trusted friend, then approach one investor. Each action diminishes fear, proving it's just a thought, not a destiny. To apply this, identify one fear holding you back, perhaps public speaking or starting a new career. Write it down and name it. Fear of failure, judgment, or uncertainty. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? Then take one small step today. Sign up for a speaking class or research job openings. Track your progress in a journal, noting how fear lessens with each action. Over time, courage becomes a habit, as it did for Oprah Winfrey, who overcame fear of failure to build a media empire. Successful people move through fear, knowing growth, confidence, and opportunity await on the other side. 2. They never make excuses. Excuses are seductive, offering an easy escape from accountability. I didn't have enough time. The market wasn't right. It's someone else's fault. They feel comforting in the moment, but successful people reject them outright. They know excuses rob you of power, shifting blame to external factors and stalling progress. Instead, they take full responsibility for their actions and outcomes, even when things go wrong, keeping them in control of their path. Consider Warren Buffett, who famously takes responsibility for his investment mistakes. When a deal goes sour, he doesn't blame market conditions. He analyzes what he could have done differently, learning and adapting. This ownership mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones, fueling continuous growth. Excuses, on the other hand, are a habit that traps you in the past, wasting energy on justification instead of action. Excuses often mask fear of effort, discomfort, or failure. High achievers break this cycle by replacing excuses with solutions. If a project stalls, they don't say, "I was too busy." They ask, "How can I prioritize this?" This shift empowers them to find ways forward, no matter the obstacle. They also surround themselves with accountable people, avoiding those who lean on excuses, as negative habits are contagious. Reflect. Are you making excuses? Be honest. Are you saying, I can't because? Challenge one excuse this week. If you claim, I don't have time to exercise, reframe it. How can I make time? Maybe wake up 15 minutes earlier or walk during lunch. Write the shift in a journal to stay accountable. In Brazil, entrepreneurs like Luiza Triono built retail empires by rejecting excuses, focusing on solutions despite economic challenges. Successful people own their journey, turning obstacles into opportunities with every choice. Point 3. They never lose focus. Focus is the cornerstone of progress. And successful people guard it like a treasure. They know their time, energy, and attention are finite, so they don't scatter them across distractions or trivial tasks. Instead, they prioritize high-impact activities and commit with relentless determination. They say no to interruptions, sideline urgent but unimportant demands, and create environments that support deep concentration. Distractions are ubiquitous: phone notifications, social media, or even fleeting thoughts. High achievers set boundaries. To minimize these, they schedule focused work blocks, silence devices, and work in distraction-free zones. Take Angela Merkel, who led Germany with laser-like focus, prioritizing policy decisions over media noise. She planned her days meticulously, ensuring key tasks got her full attention. This clarity comes from defining goals, precisely specific, measurable targets broken into actionable steps. Multitasking is another focus killer. Research shows it reduces efficiency and increases errors. Successful people focus on one task at a time, giving it their all before moving on. They also manage energy, not just time, prioritizing rest, nutrition, and exercise to sustain mental clarity. A tired mind wanders, but a sharp one conquers. Ask, what's stealing your focus? Are you juggling tasks or saying yes to non-essential commitments? List your top 3 priorities: daily writing a report, exercising, or learning a skill. Block 1 hour for your top task. Silencing notifications. Reflect nightly. Did I stay focused? In Japan, companies like Toyota thrive by focusing on core processes, eliminating waste. Successful people achieve more by doing less, better, with depth and purpose. For they never dwell on the past. The past is a powerful teacher. But successful people never make it their home. They don't linger on failures that sting or successes that inflate their ego. Mistakes are lessons, not shackles. Victories are milestones, not endpoints. Dwelling on what went wrong missed chances, regrets, or clinging to old triumphs traps you in a cycle that stifles growth. High achievers use the past as a guide, not an anchor. Instead of replaying failures, they ask, what did I learn? Instead of basking in past glory, they ask, what's next? This forward-thinking mindset keeps them adaptable. For example, when Richard Branson's Virgin Cola failed, he didn't dwell, he analyzed, learned, and launched new ventures. Letting go often requires self-forgiveness, acknowledging errors, making amends, and moving on. Punishing yourself for past mistakes only slows progress. The present is where power lies. Successful people focus on today's choices, using past lessons to inform better decisions. They don't replay old scripts, they write new ones. In India, leaders like Ratan Tata move forward after setbacks, building global empires by staying present-focused. Reflect. Are you stuck in the past? Write down one event you're holding on to, a failure or success. Note its lesson, then release it. Tear up the paper or visualize letting go. Focus on one action today that aligns with your goals. Successful people stay rooted in the now, building tomorrow's results without yesterday's baggage. 5. They never waste time on negativity. Negativity is a silent thief, draining energy and clouding focus. Successful people never indulge in it. Whether it's toxic people, gossip, or self-doubt, they see negativity as a trap that pulls them from their purpose. So they choose solutions, positivity, and growth. Challenges arise, but they don't wallow. They seek lessons and opportunities. External negativity, complaints, criticism, or gossipies, avoided by setting boundaries. High achievers steer clear of draining conversations, choosing ones that inspire. Internally, they manage self-talk, challenging thoughts like "I'll never succeed" with affirmations of potential. When setbacks hit, they ask, "What can I learn?" instead of "Why me?" This reframing, used by Oprah Winfrey to overcome career obstacles, turns problems into progress. Negativity is contagious, spreading to teams or families if unchecked. Successful people lead with calm, positive energy, inspiring trust. In Germany, leaders like Ursula von der Leyen maintain focus by sidestepping negative media cycles, prioritizing solutions. Take stock. Where's negativity in your life? Identify one source, a critical colleague, or self-doubt. Limit exposure. Reduce time with the colleague, or counter doubt with, I'm learning. Replace negativity with positivity. Listen to an inspiring podcast. Successful people protect their energy, filling their minds with what fuels progress. 6. They never compare themselves to others. Comparison is a thief of joy, eroding confidence and focus. Successful people never measure themselves against others. They know every journey is unique, with different timelines and challenges. Instead of envying someone's success, they focus on their own growth, competing only with their past self. This keeps them grounded and moving forward. Comparison often stems from scarcity thinking. Believing another's win diminishes your own. High achievers embrace abundance, celebrating others' successes as proof of possibility. When envy creeps in, they ask, what can I learn? For example, Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, didn't compare himself to Western tech giants. He studied their strategies, adapting them to China's market. Social media amplifies comparison, showcasing curated highlights. Successful people ignore the noise, focusing on their goals. In Brazil, entrepreneurs like Jorge Paulo Lemann built global brands by staying true to their vision, not mimicking competitors. Pause. Do you compare yourself? Next time envy hits, list 3 personal wins. Small counts. Study someone's success. For one actionable lesson, like a time management habit, write it down. Successful people stay on their path, investing energy in growth, not rivalry. Knowing their worth isn't tied to others. 7. They never let emotions control them. Are powerful drivers, but successful people never let them rule their decisions. Anger, frustration, or doubt are natural, but high achievers manage these to stay on course. They pause, assess, and respond deliberately, not impulsively. This emotional control builds resilience, ensuring temporary setbacks don't derail long-term goals. To master emotions. They create space between trigger and response. When upset, they breathe, ask, is this worth my energy? And choose a response aligned with their vision. For instance, when faced with criticism, Elon Musk pauses to evaluate its validity, responding strategically or ignoring it. They view challenges as growth opportunities, not personal defeats. Emotional control inspires trust. A leader's calm energy uplifts teams, as seen with Angela Merkel during Germany's crises. Successful people don't suppress emotions, they process them productively, using them as data to inform decisions. Reflect. Do you react impulsively? Next time a strong emotion rises, name it, I'm angry, and take 10 deep breaths. Ask, how can I respond productively? Journal the outcome. Successful people channel emotions into action, staying focused on their purpose through any storm. 8. They never waste time. Time is life's most precious currency, and successful people never squander it. They know every minute spent on distractions or low-value tasks is lost forever. They prioritize ruthlessly, focusing on activities that drive results. By saying no to trivial requests or procrastination, they protect time like a sacred asset. Achievers plan meticulously, setting daily priorities and blocking time for deep work. They avoid perfectionism, which stalls progress, aiming for steady improvement. Distractions, notifications, idle browsing are minimized through boundaries, like silencing phones or scheduling email checks. Warren Buffett, for example, dedicates hours to reading and thinking, avoiding time-wasting meetings. In Japan, companies like Sony thrive by streamlining processes, cutting time wasters. Successful people reflect daily. Did I use my time wisely? They audit their days, adjusting to stay on track. Audit your time. Track one day. Noting unproductive habits like excessive scrolling. Cut one time waster. Limit social media to 20 minutes and redirect to a goal, like studying. Plan tomorrow's top 3 priorities tonight. Successful people achieve more in a day than most do in a week, investing time with intention. 9. Never surround themselves with toxic influences. Your environment shapes your mindset, and successful people never tolerate toxic influences. They know the people around them impact their energy and direction, so they choose relationships that uplift and challenge. Negative friends, chronic complainers, or doubters are kept at a distance, not out of cruelty, but to protect focus and well-being. Toxic influences can be subtle, well-meaning people who sow doubt or negativity. High achievers set boundaries, limiting exposure while seeking mentors, peers, or communities that align with their values. Oprah Winfrey surrounded herself with positive voices, avoiding naysayers to build her empire. They extend this to media, replacing negative news with inspiring content. In India, leaders like Mukesh Ambani curate teams that share their vision, driving innovation. Successful people build circles that fuel growth. Knowing positivity amplifies progress. Evaluate your circle. List the 5 people you spend most time with. Do they inspire or drain? Set one boundary. Reduce time with a negative influencer. Connect with someone uplifting, like joining a professional group online. Successful people craft environments that support their goals, ensuring every influence propels them forward. 10. They never stop believing in their potential. Belief in their potential is the foundation of success, and high achievers never let it falter. They trust they can learn, adapt, and achieve, even amid setbacks or doubt. This isn't blind optimism, it's a choice to see themselves as capable of growth. They don't need every answer now. They believe they'll find them through persistence. Doubt is normal, but successful people don't let it define them. They act despite uncertainty, knowing each step builds confidence. Jack Ma faced countless rejections but held firm in his potential, founding Alibaba. They protect this belief with supportive voices, mentors, friends, and reflect on past wins as proof of ability. In Brazil, soccer legend Pelé believed in his potential despite humble beginnings, rising to global fame. Successful people affirm their capability daily, using setbacks as fuel. Reflect. Do you doubt yourself? Recall one achievement, write it as evidence of your potential. When doubt hits, say, I can learn this. Seek one positive influencer, mentor, or community this month. Successful people cling to their potential, letting it drive them through every challenge. Advanced strategies for avoiding these pitfalls. To deepen your mastery of these principles, let's explore advanced strategies that high achievers use to stay disciplined and focused. Habit stacking for discipline. Habit stacking pairs new behaviors with existing ones to build consistency. For example, to stop making excuses, stack a solution-focused habit. After I brush my teeth, I'll write one solution to a current challenge. This leverages routines, making change seamless. Track for 30 days, noting progress. In Germany, professionals use this to streamline workflows, boosting productivity. The 1% rule for growth: aim to improve 1% daily in one area, like focus or emotional control. To avoid distractions, spend 1 extra minute in deep work daily. Over months, these gains compound, as seen with Japanese firms like Toyota, which refine processes incrementally for global success. Journal your 1% wins weekly to stay motivated. Time blocking for efficiency. Assign tasks to specific time slots. 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. for writing, 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. for emails. This eliminates decision fatigue, ensuring priorities get done. Review blocks nightly, adjusting for efficiency. In Brazil, entrepreneurs like Lemon use time blocking to juggle multiple ventures, maximizing impact. Visualization for resilience. Visualize overcoming pitfalls, like acting despite fear or ignoring negativity. Spend 5 minutes daily imagining yourself responding calmly to a setback, feeling confident. This mental rehearsal, used by athletes in India, primes your brain for success. Reducing resistance. That's a 2-minute rule for action. Asterisk. To avoid procrastination or excuses, start tasks with a 2-minute action. Want to focus? Spend 2 minutes organizing your desk. This overcomes inertia, often leading to longer effort. Track these starts in a journal, building momentum. As seen in Germany's efficient startups, energy management for sustained focus requires energy. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep, nutrient-dense meals, and regular exercise. Schedule high-priority tasks for energy peaks, like mornings. Take 5-minute breaks every hour to recharge. In Japan, executives use this to maintain focus during long workdays. Weekly reflection for alignment. Reflect weekly. Which pitfalls did I avoid? Where did I slip? Adjust strategies, tighten boundaries, or refine priorities. Keep a discipline. Journal, as Indian leaders like Ambani do, to track growth and stay aligned with goals. Real-life scenarios. The principles in action. Let's see how these principles transformed lives globally. Avoiding Vietnam-specific examples, as per your preference. Scenario 1. Building a tech startup in Germany. Milena, a Berlin-based engineer, wants to launch a tech startup, but fears failure. She applies Principle 1, taking one step, drafting a prototype despite fear, building courage. To avoid excuses, Principle 2, she schedules coding sessions, rejecting "I'm too busy." She time blocks Principle 8, mornings for development, silencing notifications to stay focused. Principle 3, ignoring comparisons. Principle 6, with bigger firms, she learns from their strategies. After 6 months, her app launches, gaining 10,000 users. Proving disciplined choices drive success. Scenario 2, advancing a career in Brazil. Carlos, a snow polo marketer, feels stuck. He stops dwelling on past missed promotions. Principle 4, focusing on current skills. To avoid negativity. Principle 5, he limits time with critical colleagues, joining a positive networking group. He controls emotions. Principle 7, pausing before responding to feedback, earning respect. Using Principle 8, he cuts social media to study marketing trends, earning a promotion in 4 months. His belief in his potential. Principle 10, fuels persistence, showing focus and positivity transform careers. Scenario 3, fitness journey in India. Priya, a Mumbai teacher, wants to run a marathon but doubts herself. She avoids toxic influences. Principle 9, training with supportive runners instead of naysayers. To stop wasting time. Principle 8, she cuts TV, running 20 minutes daily. She manages fear. Principle 1, by starting with short jogs, building confidence, ignoring comparisons. Principle 6, with faster runners, she focuses on her progress. After 12 weeks, she runs a half marathon. Proving belief and discipline conquer doubt. Overcoming common challenges. Applying these principles isn't always smooth. Here are common obstacles and solutions, tailored to global contexts. Challenge 1, persistent distractions. Notifications or talkative peers disrupt focus. Use app blockers, freedom, cold turkey, and set boundaries. I'm working until noon. Let's talk later. Create a distraction-free zone, as German professionals do. If distractions persist, break tasks into 25-minute Pomodoro sessions to rebuild focus. Challenge 2, recurring excuses. Excuses like "I'm too tired" creep in. Reframe, how can I start small? Commit to 2-minute actions, like stretching, before a workout. Journal reframes weekly, as Brazilian entrepreneurs do, to catch patterns and stay accountable. Challenge 3, emotional reactivity. Impulsive reactions derail progress. Practice the 10-second pause. Breathe. Name the emotion. Choose a response. Indian leaders use meditation to build this skill, ensuring calm decisions under pressure. Challenge 4, clinging to the past. Regrets or old successes linger. Write a past release letter, noting lessons, then destroy it. Focus on one present action, like a new project, as Japanese innovators do, to stay forward-thinking. Challenge 5, negative influences. Toxic people or media drain energy. Limit exposure 15 minutes daily with negative peers. Skip sensational news. Replace with uplifting content, like podcasts. As seen in India's startup culture, the ripple effect. Beyond personal success. Avoiding these pitfalls doesn't just transform your goals, it creates a ripple effect. Discipline in one area, like time management, boosts confidence that spills into relationships. Saying no to negativity uplifts teams, as seen with Merkel's leadership. Belief in your potential inspires others, creating a legacy. In Brazil, Lemon's disciplined focus built Ambev, uplifting communities through jobs. Every choice to avoid a pitfall strengthens your life and influences those around you. Scaling the principles. From small wins to big impact. As you master these principles, scale them for bigger challenges. Once, avoiding excuses is a habit. Tackle larger goals like launching a business using the same solution-focused mindset. If you've cut distractions, extend focus to complex projects, like learning AI in Germany's tech hubs. Limit active principles to 3 at a time. Fear focus. Time to avoid overwhelm, adding more as habits form. This gradual scaling, used by Indian conglomerates like Reliance, turns small disciplines into global impact. A legacy of discipline. These principles aren't just for personal gain, they're about legacy. Your disciplined choices inspire others, from family to communities. Buffett's rejection of excuses models integrity for investors worldwide. Your focus and belief can spark change, as seen with Tata's empire in India. Every pitfall avoided is a brick in a monument of impact, shaping a life and world you're proud of. Lessons and application. Your blueprint for mastery success is a choice, forged by avoiding these 10 pitfalls: fear, excuses, distraction, dwelling on the past, negativity, comparison, emotional impulsivity, time wasting, toxic influences, and self-doubt. Here's a practical plan to apply them. Inspired by global achievers. 1. Confront fear. Identify one fear, for example, public speaking. Take a 2-minute action today. Practice a speech line. Journal progress weekly, as Musk does with SpaceX goals. 2. Eliminate excuses. Catch one excuse: I'm too busy. Reframe: I'll schedule 10 minutes. Log the shift, like Buffett's investment reflections. 3. Sharpen focus. List 3 daily priorities. Block 1 hour for deep work, silencing phones, as Merkel did. Reflect: did I stay focused? 4. Release the past. Write one past regret or triumph. Note its lesson. Destroy the paper, and take one present action. Like Branson post-Virgin Cola. 5. Banish negativity. Limit one negative source, 20 minutes with a complainer. Replace with a podcast, as Oprah did. Journal the mood shift. 6. Stop comparing. List 3 personal wins when envy hits. Learn one habit from a success, like Mars adaptability, and apply it. 7. Control emotions. Pause 10 seconds when upset. Name the emotion. Respond strategically. Log outcomes, as Merkel practiced in crises. 8. Value time. Cut 1 time waster, 30 minutes of TV. For a goal, like studying. Plan priorities nightly, like Buffett's reading schedule. 9. Curate your circle. Set a boundary with one negative influence. Join an uplifting group, as Winfrey did, with mentors. Track relationship shifts. 10. Believe in yourself. Write one past win, as proof of potential. Affirm: I can grow, and seek a mentor, like Pele's coaches. This month. Start with 2 actions, adding more as habits form. Journal wins like a focused hour, or a courageous step. Reflect weekly: which pitfalls did I avoid? Over 30 days, these choices compound, building a disciplined life, as seen in global leaders. Success isn't luck, it's progress, one intentional choice at a time. Begin now. Shed what holds you back, and watch your potential soar.